Mark was in here and he said the first thing you needed to have this year was just gratitude to be able to play after not playing. How do you feel just going into a season and getting ready to play again?
Yeah, I feel great. I think gratitude is a great way to describe it. I'm thankful for this. I don't want to overlook anything or take anything for granted. I wouldn't have done that even if the injury hadn't happened. And, it's been a long time waiting, and now we're here, so I'm very excited.
Chet, the other day, Sam said that he said that your mindset is as unique as your game. What do you think he sort of meant by that, and just maybe how you think the game and how you approached kind of the tough time of going through like injury rehab?
He could be alluding to a couple of things, maybe a combination of things from just the way I process the game, the way I think about the game, and also, like you said, gratitude, the way I appreciate the game, and how much it means to me. I think he was alluding to a combination of those things.
What were your conversations with him like, as he probably tried to encourage you and everything like that, and kind of talking through things last season?
Yeah, a lot of it was learning points for me. He's seen it all, from the ups to the downs. He's been around great players, and he knows what it takes. So I was just trying to really key in on what he was saying and take the most from it and try to apply it to what I was doing every day.
Chet, what was this summer like for you? After Summer League performed really well, and then afterward you got selected for Team USA. What was that process like for you? Since then, what have you been doing to ramp up for the season and training camp so far?
Yeah, it was great. Again, just trying to take advantage of every opportunity to get better. I feel like that's always what I've tried to do, day in and day out, from not only this summer but last summer as well. And because of what happened, I didn't want to shy away from opportunities to play against good players and still play even when it's not 82 regular season games. Just there has to be an understanding of and an awareness of the situation, time and place and everything. And I feel like I did a really good job this summer of really calculating where I was playing, the situations, the settings, and but still going out and really chasing the competition and opportunity to get better.
Yeah, Chet, I know you got having to sit out the year, you got some things done that helped you, but was anything beneficial that you wouldn't have experienced if you'd have gotten to play?
Yeah, from the moment I got hurt, I had an understanding that I could either let this one bad thing spiral into many bad things and let it accumulate to one big bad situation. But I feel like I did a really good job of taking a bad situation and a bad moment and really making the most out of it. My whole attention and intention, throughout the last season, the last year, was to really turn what could be a curse into a blessing. And I feel like I did a really good job of that, really focusing in on game days on what the routine was, how other teams played, how other people played, how our team played, how our guys play, and being in those halftime locker rooms, post-game locker rooms, pre-game film sessions, whatever it might be, just really try to lock in and learn as much as I can so I can, take it and use it for, moments like this when now our season started and we're here.
You're one of the unique 7-footers that can actually defend in space. I'm just curious from a processing standpoint, when you switch onto a guard, what are you thinking about? How are you approaching it? What are your tactics to make sure you can defend a smaller, quicker player?
Yeah, that's there's a lot in that. It depends on who you're playing, what other players are on the court, on our team as well as the other team. Really having an understanding of what that player wants to do and trying to take that away. We play in the NBA, and every night it's more great players that you're playing against, and great players make plays. If there was somebody who could get a stop on every single possession, they'd be worth more than the max, but that's not possible. So it's really not letting dudes get to their bread and butter, what they want to do, and kind of steering them towards what you want them to take, and try and take away everything. But at the end of the day, it's about stacking up plays throughout the course of a game to help your team win. And the tougher you make it on the opponent, the more chance you have to win. So it's kind of having that understanding of not trying to win the game on one play, and really thinking through things, if that makes sense, as well as having some instinctual abilities as well as athletic abilities that help. But it's a combination of a lot of things.
Chet, I know one of the things that was talked about was you wanting to add some strength over the last year or so. Did you gain weight? It looks like you put on some strength, and if so, how did you go about doing that?
Yeah, definitely not playing last year, and not having to be extremely focused on 82 games and the recovery that comes with that and the sleep that comes with that, etc. I was able to really key in on my body, not only rehabbing and getting healthy from my injury, but also strengthening other areas of my body. And I feel like I was able to do that really well through specific dieting and meal prep, meal plans and stuff, as well as being in the weight room and having a really specific routine to help me with my weaknesses as well as strengthen my strengths. And I feel like I did a really good job of staying consistent with that and not waning, even on the days where I wasn't excited to go and move some LBs around, but it definitely helped for sure.
Chet, it seems like you spent a lot of time with Kevin Durant throughout this process. He's played here at the highest level in Oklahoma City. Have you guys talked at all about this organization and what to expect whenever you eventually do debut?
Yeah, a lot of our talks just had to do with the game itself and basketball and how to do this, how to do that. Lots of questions from me being asked about the game because he's seen it all, he's done it all, and he knows what it takes. So just trying to learn the game from him, and I had some Thunder staff with me out there this summer, and he knows a lot of people in the building, and he's great. He's always spreading the love, and it's all love coming from him. So he says what's up, and somebody might tell me to tell him what's up when I see him or whatever, and he'll say the same back. So it's all love. Kev's a great dude, and it's great being able to work with him and get better.
And then a lot's been made about you and your position and what you could or couldn't play. Do you have any preference or a natural position that you would prefer to be in?
Whatever the game entails that night, we're going to play different teams who run different schemes with different personnel, and what's going to be asked of me from coach and from the team each night is going to be pretty fluid and change, and I look forward to just trying to execute whatever we need to do to try and win the game.
I'm going to follow up on that, Chuck. My God, that's loud. I'm going to follow up on that. Obviously watching you in Vegas, and I know you can play 1 through 5 offensively. You can face up, shoot from 3, take people off the dribble, but is there any part of you at your height that likes to just pin somebody down the post and beat them up with superior footwork and ball faking skills and stuff like that?
It all just depends on what my advantages are in that situation. Just trying to play to my advantages. If somebody's slower than me, then use my speed. If somebody's shorter than me, then use my height. If somebody's smaller than me and that opportunity arises, then that's something I look to take advantage of. But it's all about trying to make the game as easy as possible for yourself and the team as well. And it's trying to stay away from those personal vendetta battles where you end up playing into the other guy's advantages. So it all just depends on the situation.
It looks like last one for sure. 2 more. Good. Derek and back row. Go ahead, Derek.
It looks like you've been out at some OU football games. What have those experiences been like? It's a pretty big deal in Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, it's great. You definitely feel that Oklahoma community when it comes to supporting sports. The community does a great job of supporting the Thunder, and we're extremely thankful for our fans. And I know OU football and the rest of their sports are as well, and that's my chance to kind of be part of the community and support Oklahoma. So I think it's great, even though go Bulldogs, not a Sooner, but I'll cheer them on when I'm at a game because Gonzaga doesn't have a football team. So
Chet, for you, hopping in right here, hopping in defensively for you and into this, line of players for you and knowing what your role will be being in the back end of this defense, and also playing with two really good point of attack defenders now with Kaysen and Lou. Now looking at, your expectations for what you expect to bring defensively and some of the conversations that you've had with Coach and J-Dub and Kendrick and other players in the front court. What are some of those conversations like for you, and what are your expectations, and what do you expect to bring in and provide for this team that they didn't have before?
Yeah, it's great. Coming into the season, there's always so many unknowns with roster changes and dudes working on so much in the off season. There's so many unknowns, and those conversations are a way to kind of try and figure out those unknowns before we have to do it in real time. So those conversations with coach and other players are always great, and it helps build some chemistry, some camaraderie with each other, and start figuring each other's games out. So it's great, and figuring out how to play together has been great so far, and it'll only accelerate through the season. So I'm excited.
And then for you personally, what are your expectations for yourself? Are there any personal goals that you have set for yourself coming into your first year, and things that you've looked forward to, all this time having, waited a year? What do you expect for yourself?
My expectations for myself are to come in on day one, ready to put the work in with extreme focus and determination to figure out what it takes to help raise this team's floor and strive for the ceiling. No championships won on game one or in training camp. So we just have to take each game one at a time, figure out where we're at, and try and put the pieces together to get to where we need to go. And that's where it's going to start, and we're going to continue that on throughout the season.
Great. Thank you, Chet.